cards because they were making the money. We went to Home Depot and we bought the pipes, and we spent the next week building out potato guns. Super fun. And then the next Monday I was back in school, and I remember sitting there thinking about my business, and all of a sudden I had the epiphany, like the light bulb moment, where I was like, I wonder if anyone else besides me was searching for potato guns this week. I don't know. And I searched, and there were about 18,000 people a month searching for potato gun plans and spud guns, and I was like, that's it, that's gonna be my business. I'm gonna potato gun expert. First, it was just a tool for me. Like, that was really the initial goal of ClickFunnels. Like, and then after I started using it and I was having success, I was like, we have to make this a tool for everyone. It'll free all entrepreneurs. My initial goal is not to make you $1 billion. My initial goal is to get you to break even. Now you have a tool that will consistently all day long give you free customers. I want you to do it now while you're in the moment, while you remember why it's important, why you saw me do it, so you don't forget and we can get it. And worst case, like, this will be the worst one you ever do. The next one you do will be better. It's not about the people watching you. It's about you guys, about us learning our voice. That's the most important thing. Someone the other day was upset about something I did. They're like, well, my dad always taught me to play nice. I was like, oh, well, my dad taught me to win. My goal for the next 3 days is if I can give you guys some tools and some things that'll help you to change more people's lives in your world, then for me, that's a huge win. What is that thing for your business? Like, what's the one huge domino that if you can knock that thing down, everything else becomes obsolete? You have to lead them to the answer, but you can't give it to them. They have to come up with the idea themselves. You plant the idea in their minds with a story, and if they come up with the answer, then they sold themselves.
He's a marketing genius. That's his brilliance.
Russell rhymes with funnel.
How to market, how to promote, and even how to sell.
He's here to help entrepreneurs create amazing lives.
And on a grand scale.
What's up, everybody? This is Russell. Welcome back. I forgot not to yell. We're on Facebook Live. The cameraman's way back there. So what's up, everybody? How you guys all doing? I'm excited to be hanging out with you guys today. This is our last live stream, I think, coming in from Cancun, Mexico. I've been telling you guys the last couple of days, we've been here at a young entrepreneur event with our 2 Comma Club X, my inner circle, and our Atlas members and their families, which has been so much fun. We've had, I think, like 550 people in the audience. Like half of them have been young entrepreneurs, which has been so much fun. And a bunch of the people who are speaking this year's Funnel Hacking Live are here in the room, so I thought it'd be fun to introduce them to you this week. And so I got the last speaker I'm going to be introducing you guys here in a second. But before we do, I'm curious, how many of you guys right now, you have something in your head that you want to create a product or a course or a membership or something about. You haven't done it yet, but you're like, I know this is something I'm called to do. I know I want to do this. If that's you, in the comments, just let us know. I'm always curious. It's funny because most people I talk to, if I ever ask them, like, hey, do you ever want to write a book or do you ever want to create a course? They all have something that they want to do, but there's some reason they haven't done it, a fear or anxiety or something. And I'm just curious if you guys have something. If you do, like, what is that thing? What's the topic? I'm sure you guys have heard my story. Initially, my first thing was a potato gun course, DVD, whatever. That was the very first thing I ever did because I didn't know what else to do. It was the first thing I know how to make a potato gun, so I'm going to do that first. That's where I started. But then it rolled into other things and other ideas over time. And I'm just curious for you guys if there's something right now on your heart or your mind, you're like, oh, this would be really cool to do this thing. So that's my first question for you guys as we're getting ready here. Second thing is I got an official count today to find out exactly when Funnel Hacking Live is. It's officially 80 days away, which is crazy. Earlier I was saying it was like 3 months away or 90 days away, and it's way less than that. It's 80 days away, which is crazy, which means it's happening soon. So many of you guys have got your tickets. Every single day we've been going live. Like hundreds of you guys have been getting your tickets afterwards, which is amazing. So I'm excited. This year's going to be different than any other Funnel Hacking Live in the past. This year we're calling it Funnel Hacking Live International, and we're streaming it around the world. We've never done a virtual version. We did one during the COVID year. We did like a hybrid. But this is the first time we're completely virtual because we wanted to take Funnel Hacking Live and this message to everywhere around the world. And so this year we're doing it out of a huge studio in Las Vegas, which will be cool. And we have like, I think 10 different translators translating different languages. So we have it going to Brazil and Japan and France and Spain. In fact, I think last weekend we sold like 1,800 tickets to Spain alone. So it's been really cool, like watching this grow kind of like around the entire world. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. And if you don't have your tickets yet, now it's time to get them. We've got a bunch of speakers who, we've been announcing, and we're done announcing speakers, the price will be going up. And so this is kind of the cheapest, the lowest tickets you can get right now when you go to funnelhackinglive.com. So with that said, you guys ready for me to introduce who our next speaker is gonna be? If you guys are, let me know in the comments. In fact, can you guys guess who it is? I'm curious if any of you guys can guess. I can't see the comments though. Hopefully they're guessing right now. I'll have my team tell me if you guys are close or not. All right, so the person who's going to be speaking, I'm excited. She actually spoke just today here at the Unlock Secrets event, or for our audience, to share a whole bunch of really cool information about creating courses and creating your message online and a whole bunch of other things. She's someone who's wrote some really good books. One of them I am obsessed with. I don't know if you know that or not, but anyway, she's amazing, and I'm so excited to introduce you guys here today to my friend, Ruth Soukup. I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm so excited to be here.
So for my audience who doesn't, I know a lot of people know who you are, obviously, but those who don't know, you want to tell a little about your backstory, just who you are and how you got here?
Yes, I've done so many things. I actually am like a serial entrepreneur, like so many people. I have many different businesses. I started as a blogger way back in 2010 with a little blog called Living Well, Spending Less, and that sort of evolved into many different things. And so now what I do is I have two main companies. One is a health and weight loss company for women called Thinlicious, where I help women over 40 lose weight and get healthy. And the other one is sort of my passion project, where I teach people the behind the scenes of everything that I'm doing to build my other businesses. And that is a company called Elite Blog Academy. It's been around for a long time. It started helping bloggers, and now it's more focused on other forms of content marketing. And yeah, that's what I do.
That's very cool. Are people still blogging nowadays? I have noticed a lot less of that, huh?
It's not so much blogging. I mean, I look at blogging as all forms of content. Okay. So if you are doing a podcast, you're blogging. If you're putting stuff on Instagram, you're blogging. It's really all the same thing. Content is content is content. Just there's all sorts of different platforms where you can put it out. Very cool.
Yeah. So when did you launch, you got Thinlicious? So
yes.
When did you launch the Thinlicious business and brand?
2 years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Very cool. And then how long have you been doing the other business, showing behind the scenes of your businesses?
Since 2014.
2014, okay.
Yeah.
Which is what,
so
a decade?
long time.
Long time.
Yeah, long
Very
time.
long.
I'm like an OG.
I'm curious, what made you want to go start the other business?
Well,
just kind of show what you're, like, proof of what you're doing? Or?
A little bit of that. Mostly it was based on, you kind of got to stick with what you're passionate, right? Yeah. And through COVID and through, all this time that I was building my business, honestly, over the last, how many years have I been doing it? 14 years. I think I was fighting this sort of secret battle behind the scenes with my weight, where I kept gaining weight and kept gaining weight and kept gaining weight. And it was really affecting my confidence. And I didn't really know what to do with it. I, like so many women, I tried diet after diet after diet after diet after diet, and I couldn't figure it out. And finally, I had like this moment where I realized, like, why don't I do for myself? Because I was always looking to somebody else for the solution, right? I'm like, that's not what I talk about. I help women get organized, and I help, I do all these other things, mindset. But I never really thought, I should do what I'm good at, which is basically diving into all the research, figuring out a system, and then applying it to my life, which is I'm really, really good at, and do that with my health. And so I started doing all the research and figuring out like what is working, what is not working, why do people gain weight, why don't they gain weight, why do diets not work? And I started applying that to my own life, and I went on this journey and ended up losing over 40 pounds and have kept it off for years now. And then because I'm such a public person and have this huge audience already, I had so many of my readers and followers be like, what are you doing? You look amazing, right? Like, it was crazy. And so I was like, I need another business. Like, I need a hole in my head. But I couldn't, because I'm so passionate about it. And I really, truly, like, care so much. And it has changed my life. And so I wanted to, like, sort of help people change their life in that way. So I started this company. It was crazy. My husband was like, do not do this. But I did it anyways. And it's been 2 years. And it's not the easiest thing to start a company from scratch. You just learned that. You just did that, right? Like it's hard. You forget how hard it is to start over, but it's been amazing. So yeah, we're 2 years in.
Are most of your audience there came from your other businesses, or is this also a new venture, new audience and stuff like that?
We had a bunch of people that came over, obviously. I mean, that's the beauty of being the attractive character for your business. People attach themselves to you, and so they like you, and they come over to whatever the next thing is. So obviously that was a good boost for the beginning, and we had this like out the gate, right? It was like amazing, like crazy sales the first month, and then boom, right? Like then everybody, all your people that love you are done, and then you have to find new customers. So that's been like a learning experience. So I would say now we've definitely built up a new following and new audience.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love it because I think a lot of people who talk about business online, they talk about something they did like a decade ago or 20 years, you know what I mean? And the fact that like you're still actively in the game, like with the new business, new things, like stuff you're teaching isn't like old. It's like, this is what's working today in the market, like based on what's.
Yes. And that's what's been so fun about my Powerhouse program, which is what I do for Elite Blog Academy, right? That has continued to evolve. That business has been around, but the program is actually brand new. And I'm sharing everything that I'm doing in real time. Like, this is what I'm doing. This is how I built this business. This is how to do it in real time, the structure that I'm setting up. And so that's been really fun to do too. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so this year's Funnel Hacking Live, you're going to be coming and speaking, and we want to tell everybody what you're going to be talking about this year?
Yes, I am going to be talking about how to create an info product from what you know. Yes, cool. Is that right? Did I get it right?
Nailed it.
Yes, I think I switched those around or something. How to take what you know and turn it into an info product. That's
Very
right.
Cool.
Yes.
Very cool. And you just gave a presentation here for our audience, and people loved it. They were going crazy. I got so many good comments. We had a big group picture out there. Everyone was talking about it. So what do you think, like, for someone who's always wanted to do that but hasn't done it yet, like, what is the biggest thing that keeps people back from actually like taking the leap of faith and like creating something?
Here's what I see from my students, right, is that so many people come to me, and you probably see this a lot too, is that they want to create something, they have this idea, but they feel like everything needs to be like all lined up, right? And then they start hearing things about like, oh, I have to do a funnel, and I have to market, and I have to know all my sales plan, and I need to do all these things. And the reality is that you actually first just need to put something out there into the world, and you have to start imperfectly. And I think that's, if you can just get into that mentality that you have infinite opportunity to improve what you start, but until you put something out there to the world, and there's so many opportunities for that now, to get something out there and see if it resonates really quickly, that you need to get it out there so that you can see, oh, people do respond to this one little thing is what people respond to, because you don't know what it's going to be. And until you know what it's going to be, don't create your whole business plan, because you might have to change it anyways. That's what I even learned that just recently with Thinlicious. It was the same thing. We thought it was one thing, right? And I'm like, I've done this for so long, I know exactly what I'm doing, and we put it out there, and we had this messaging, and of course it worked with my people because they already know me and like me and trust me. But then as soon as we got it to new people, they're like, oh, I'm not interested in that, right? Like, who are you? And we had to go, oh, we need to tweak it. We need to change our messaging, and so it's been a learning process for that.
So interesting. I have the exact same experience. Every time I try to create something in a vacuum, and I'm like, here it is, the world, and then like, again, my faithful fans are like, oh, they buy it, and everyone else is just like, and so I'm similar. Like, I'm not perfect at it, but I try to put out, through podcasts and social, like putting out a lot of things, but I'm paying attention, like, what do people actually respond to, what do they don't, and then like based on that, say, okay, that hit a nerve, I'm gonna go deeper, right? If I do a podcast and I hear nothing, then I'm like, okay, no one cares. But if I get 30 people who message me like, dude, that was amazing, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do another thing on that topic and see if that was a one-time thing, and I kind of play with that for a little while, and eventually, okay, that's what they want.
Exactly. And sometimes it's not what you think. In fact, most of the times it's not what you think. And so, and if you have this whole thing in your head that you are planning out, you're actually shooting yourself in the foot, because then you haven't figured out what actually resonates with your people. Yeah. I'm always surprised, even now.
In the same way. Interesting. So, so cool. So I'm excited for you to come and share that with everybody. I think, obviously, I'm the biggest believer in getting people to take like what they know, what they do, and turn it into a business. I think it's the most fulfilling business. Like, I love e-commerce, all the other ones, they're great, but like, there's something about like when you take something out of your own head and then you give it to somebody and you watch their life change, like how it affects that person, but also how it affects you, realizing like, wow, there's purpose to my trials or my frustrations or all those kind of things. And like, it's my favorite kind of business. So I'm pumped to have you come showing everybody that stuff. So thank you for doing it. Any last words for anyone who's thinking that they should come to Funnel Hacking Live or not?
Well, we do have a gift.
Yes, so tell us about the gift. What bribe do you have for our people to get them to come?
We do have a bribe. Yes, we have a gift. So our EBA Powerhouse program that we launched last year has a new what should we call it? A level 1 continuity product that we are launching in September, and everyone who joins or comes to Funnel Hacking Live is going to get a free month in this program, and it is called IG Power Play, and it is focused on specifically on Instagram, but also on helping you figure out exactly what your message is, because I think that is such an important thing if you're going to start putting content out there into the world, and especially on short form video. I prefer Instagram, which is why we're focused on Instagram, but we give you a weekly content plan and it telling you exactly what to do every week and how to post it and the concepts of what you should be posting and why you should be posting them. But we also give you a framework to follow on why we're posting a certain reels every single week. We've seen amazing growth in Instagram and just amazing results in Instagram, and so we're really excited to see that, and we're seeing that for our students too. So now we have this program that's called IG Power Play, and they get a free month, and it hasn't even launched yet. It doesn't launch
Early access
till September. You get early access. We'll get early access before anybody else.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Okay, there you go, guys. There's a speaker bonus. Make sure you get your tickets right now. Again, tickets are at funnelhackinglive.com. If you already have a ticket, we will put our speaker bonus in the members area. So you go to funnelhackinglive.com, click on the members login link at the very top, and then log in. It'll be inside of there. And if you're not a member yet, now is the time. Again, we are about halfway through announcing speakers. When we've announced all the speakers, we're going to take the speaker bonuses away and raise the price. So if you want the access to this bonus or any of the bonuses, now is the time before it's gone forever. And other than that, we'll see you guys in 80 days, right? In 80 days at Funnel Hacking Live International. We're streaming this around the world and excited to be hanging out as a collective group of funnel hackers all hanging out. So thank you, Ruth, for being here and for presenting, and excited to share with our whole world. So
yeah, we'll see you there.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We've done 9 Funnel Hacking Lives over the last 10 years. We went from a cheap ballroom with a pinup sign to a full-blown rock concert.
My husband and I looked at each other and we were like,
I want to thank you for everything. Thank you for your energy, your effort, for playing full out. I want to thank you for the crazy clothes you wear. Thank you for the really, really, really bad dance moves. And I also want to thank you for the memories. It has been an amazing experience. We have changed so many people's lives. But of the 100,000 plus active ClickFunnels members, only 5,000 people each year have the chance to have that experience. And so we thought, man, if we could bring it to everybody, how would that ripple effect change the world? So for the first time ever, we're going virtual. Check out this place. This place is huge. We're in a 25,000 square foot virtual studio with 360-degree screens, streaming in 4K, which gives everyone a front row seat. This could literally be the future of online events.
this is watching history in the making.
Funnel Hacking Live changed my entire life.
This year's framework is all about the gap between where you are today and where you want to go. Day number 1 is about going from 0 to 6 figures a year. Day number 2 are going from 6 figures to 7. How do you win your first 2 Comma Club award? Day number 3 is how do you get from 7 to 8? And then day number 4, we're going to 9.
I'm going to show you the magic trick that's made me all of my money.
It's so encouraging because if they can do it, so can I.
I cannot wait to bring this show to you and change your life one more time.